This is the knee, the rolling knee that I want to use to roll the boat upright. In order to do that, I have to leave my head down so that I can pull that knee up. It's the same thing on the water. To effectively roll the kayak, I want to use my connection between this leg and the boat to push this edge to the surface. But my instincts have me lifting my head, and when I do that, I engage this knee and the boat falls over.
Lifting the head is a common cause of a failed roll. Going for air means that the knees are not working to roll the boat. Keeping the head positioned correctly assists the rolling knee in right.
You have two choices as to when you roll a kayak. You can go ahead and sweep your torso out to 90 degrees and then roll the kayak all at once. Or you can go ahead and as you sweep out to 90, use that leverage that's generated so that by the time you're here, the kayak is upright and you're done.
Just moving your body out to this point generates a lot of energy in this knee. And ultimately, it's that energy that we're going to use to roll the kayak.
In the roll technique this video explains, you start righting the boat as soon as you leave the starting position. The righting action uses the energy generated as soon as you start to move your body. Your natural body tension links your shoulders to the knee. As you initiate the paddle movement, the rolling knee brings the boat upright. So when you move your body out along the surface, the boat is going to start to roll. Combining that with the correct torso motion provides the basis for a quality roll. A quality setup is the foundation for the roll. The purpose of the setup is to orient and protect you, and get your body and paddle in. It's easier to learn one side well. We'll start with the right blade forward. Curl your body up into this setup position. Do a sit-up to pull your head and torso up to the outside of the setup thigh. Move your torso to the side. Check that your head is tucked to outside your thigh. Then you can get your forearms on the side and the blade flat on the surface. Don't tuck forward for the setup. Tucking straight forward makes it more likely that you will pull in the wrong direction. Instead, you want to curl to the side so you can move the blade in the correct direction. The blade has to be on the water before the boat can roll. So once you have the entire paddle in the air, place the front blade on the water.
Check out this finish position. My torso is twisted around and I'm looking down the shaft. The backhand's at the shoulder with the elbow jutted forward.
Finish position is your target as you come out of the water. To help you develop a smooth and resistance-free rolling motion, we teach an exaggerated blade angle in the finish position. Your knuckles should be curled back to the shoulder with your elbow jutting forward. As you are learning, you'll find it. This finish position will help you avoid painful shoulder injuries. Shoulder injury is caused by the instinctive action of lifting the head while pulling down and back on the paddle. In this position, the shoulder is most vulnerable to muscle tears or shoulder.
Keep your shoulders safe throughout the roll. Twist your torso while watching the blade.
When you're upside down, the normal tendency is to pull down. But underwater, that results in the paddle going to the bottom, and you feel a lot of resistance on the blade. This illusion of support kills the roll. Instead, use your torso to sweep the blade away in a wide arc. As you move away from the setup position, it's important to apply pressure only to the rolling knee. might even drop the other knee to keep it from interfering. Extending the torso out starts the pressure in the rolling knee, then twisting the torso finishes the boat rotation.
Go to your perfect finish position. Twist forward. Notice that the only reason this paddle moves is because his shoulders are turning. Now let's take a look at how twisting the torso maintains the pressure on the rolling knee. Twist forward.
This twisting motion moves your body and blade to the finish while you maintain pressure on the rolling knee. Sweep involves relaxed hands and arms, starting in the correct direction, maintaining pressure on the rolling knee, twisting your torso to move the blade, and rolling your backhand back to touch your shoulder. Synchronize the setup, sweep, and finish position. When you do, you'll be rolling consistently. The basic steps to learning the roll include doing boat rotations, practicing the setup position, and the perfect finish, learning the direction of movement, rehearsing the false sweep, and twisting at the torso, then putting it all together, gradually going deeper into the water. Practice turbulence by changing setup sides underwater, flipping with one hand on the shaft, and sprinting before you flip. Or you can have a friend provide turbulence. The quality of your roll is a direct reflection of your setup. Always go to the proper setup position. You can roll almost any boat, but a snug fit makes it much easier. Let's take a closer look at how you connect to the boat. We refer to the knee as doing the work, but really it's the inside of your thigh against the brace. If your knee slides at all in the boat, you may need additional outfitting. Most boats will require customized padding to keep your knee in position and to make rolling easier. Padding by your hips can keep you from flopping around. If your knee and thigh is slipping at all, if the paddle sweeps to 2 or 3 o'clock and suddenly goes to the bottom, the student is now pulling with both knees. So to fix this glitch in the sweep, remember, each knee is involved at a different time in the roll. You'll use the setup knee as you curl into proper setup. Then switch your focus to the rolling knee. You can also activate the knee with extra emphasis on the shoulder driving out away from the boat. It may help to imagine the blade extending out at an angle and then continuing on the correct path through the roll.
We want the boat to start rolling the moment the sweep leaves the setup so that it will be fully righted by the time the torso and blade reach the finished position.
If you feel the roll is good, but you're still off balance at the end, shift the paddle and lift your hip. While we've been emphasizing this finish position, don't stay in this position for long. Instead, sit up, take a stroke, and rebalance. The roll we've been showing you is best described as a low-resistance, twisting sweep roll.
Yeah!
The emphasis is on twisting the torso and minimizing pressure on the blade. This is a unique version of the sweep roll. It should not be confused with other sweep roll. If your timing is well synchronized, you can probably finish at 90 degrees to the boat. Taking the blade a little further back is fine, as long as it's guided with torso twist so your shoulders remain protected. One variation of the roll involves sculling forward at the end of the roll. The extra sculling motion of this roll requires precise blade control. By continuing to the front deck, you get a low protected profile if you don't make it. Another variation involves less torso twist. The torso continues in a smooth arc over the back deck on the way to upright posture. This lowers the torso weight, so it's handy for people with a large and heavy torso. However, taking this to the extreme leaves the shoulder and face exposed. A rodeo roll is a great option in deep water. Like most rolls, it requires careful attention to technique to protect your shoulder and face. A common style of rolling is the C-to-C. It's often taught because of its cookbook nature. The C-to-C requires quite a bit of flexibility and a tall torso. In a wide, planing-hulled boat, it's a challenge to do correctly because of There are lots of other rolls you might enjoy, from hand rolls to trick rolls.